Now, small and medium-scale businesses are considered key factors in economic development and growth as they provide employment for the team and youth. They also boost the local manufacture industry. In the last few years of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration, a lot has been allotted to the sectors such as clinics for small-scale businesses, free registration of businesses, grants, loans, just to mention a few. But how well have these policies and programs impacted on the sector? To speak on this is our guest today, the Director General of the Small and Medium Scale Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, Dr. Diko Umara Rada. So it's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
From your appearance, you already even look like the head of a small scale business. And were you running one before you were appointed?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, that was wonderful. Square peg in a square hole, indeed. So we'll get to talk more as the program proceeds. Now, for Nigerians, you can join the conversation as we are streaming live on www.facebook.com/Radio Nigeria Network, or simply visit the Radio Nigeria website. You can also follow the conversation on our YouTube channel on Radio Nigeria Have Your Say. Once again, Radio Nigeria Have Your Say. That is YouTube. To call on the program directly, just dial these numbers: 0807 622 6771. Once again, 0807 622 6771. The second number, 0705. Okay, I've just been informed by the engineers that the second number for now is not functioning. So just remember, like I said, slowly, 0807 622 6771 to be part of the conversation for the program. You can also send us SMS and WhatsApp messages on 0705 864 2473. Once again, 0705 864 2473. That is for SMS and WhatsApp messages. Remember, there are ground rules. Turn down the volume of your radio set, and to avoid a holdback, make your contributions short and straight to the point, preferably under a minute, so that we can utilize the time we have. So straight to you, Mr. Rada. Now, what is the level of progress so far with the MSME's Survival Fund?
Thank you very much. I think it is important to go into the memory lines so that we should know exactly the reason for having the MSME Survival Fund. You know, the MSME Survival Fund came as a result of the impact of the COVID-19 on the economy. Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari set off a committee under the chairmanship of the Vice President Professor Yemi Osibanjo, Economic Sustainability Team, to see areas in which the effect of the COVID-19 would be dealt with with the economy of this country. And then under the MSME scheme, a survival fund was given to MSME, and the 75 billion naira was earmarked for that purpose. And under the survival fund scheme, we have about 4 segments under it. We have the payroll support for MSMEs. We have grant for artisans and transport workers. We have grant for MSMEs. We also have formalization of the businesses, as well as the guaranteed take-up scheme. So far, the registration exercise under this scheme has taken off. In fact, I can remember last month, the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Haji Mariam Katagum, being the chairman of the subcommittee in charge of the Survival Fund, we have launched the portal. The portal was launched and Nigerians key into the portal. In fact, very amazing that Nigerians, MSMEs, were so interested. And I also want to assure Nigerians that a lot of publication and media sensitization was done to ensure that all the Nigerian MSMEs are abreast with the program. And the level of responses we are getting from the MSME is really quite impressive. And that, in fact, we have gotten a lot of registration exercise under the different segment of the scheme. And then this scheme is a straightforward scheme that it doesn't require anything. You don't need to know anybody. You don't need to have any godfather. You don't need to be in any political party. All what you need to do to be a Nigerian and just key into the website, get yourself registered, put all the necessary information needed for the program for you to benefit under the program, and then you get the program running. So what I can say now is that we have already gone far in the area of registration. Most of the state has met up their mark, and then there are other states that are still lagging behind, but we are working seriously with those states to ensure that they met their target. And then for those people who have met their target, we have started disbursement of the artisans grant, and it has gone far. Some people have started receiving alert under that program. And then I also want to assure Nigerians that those people that have applied for payroll support, some have started getting alert under that scheme, and but we are still progressing and we are still doing. We have targeted ourselves for 3 months to ensure the full implementation of the program, and we are working seriously to ensure that we have met the target of the 3 months.
All right. In Nigeria, we know that at some point when things like this come on board, you have so many middlemen who try to take advantage of people who are keen into the program or who want to benefit. How do you check the activities of extortionists in the system who try to shortchange innocent business owners?
You know, we were aware of all the challenges that may likely arise due to the implementation program. The first challenge was trying to hack into the system, that is, trying to hack into the portal and the website, but that was not successful. We were able to address that issue. And then we quickly went to air because some people are distributing forms, some people are asking for money, some people are asking for all kind of things. But we quickly went on air and addressed people that no, this one doesn't require anybody to pay 1 naira. It doesn't require any middleman. It doesn't require any godfather. What you only require is just to go into the internet, key into the website, register your businesses, and then wait for the responses from the project delivery office. Okay. And I want to assure you that that has been successful, but you cannot avoid that kind of situation in the Nigerian context. But we have been preaching that, we have been sensitizing people, we have been doing jingles in all the local languages and in all the local FM stations, in all the 36 state plus FCT, to ensure that people get a lot of information. We use radio stations because most of our people are in the rural areas, so that they will get reach to those people. And then we use television, and then we use bloggers, we use a lot of social media so that information get flowing into the... But people are now aware that nobody pays anything and nobody gets any form. It's just that you need to go online and do your registration and you get your money.
Okay. Recently now, the federal government gave opportunity for young entrepreneurs to register their businesses absolutely free of charge. Is this still on, or the window period has elapsed? What are the plans for the future?
You know, we realize the fact that in Nigeria, 99% of the MSMEs that we have, they are micro in nature. So we have over 41 million Nigerians who are doing micro businesses, and they are informal in nature. So this is a very huge number, and from the research that was conducted, it reveals that there is no way any business can grow if the level of informality is very high. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to see how we can formalize those businesses, and when you formalize them, their chances of growth and their contribution to the economy will be as high as possible. So we said that out of this scheme, let's do a formalization business out of it, and we earmark some money that we will register 250,000 unregistered macro businesses in the country, and then it was distributed to the various states of the federation in equal terms. And this then it's the only 3 states that were given priority are Lagos, Kano, and Abia State, for the fact that they have the high number of MSMEs in the country, and the activities of the MSMEs in those states are high. So we gave those states, but any other state apart from these 3 states have equal number, and we share those equal numbers. And you know, in each state, we work with a focal person. The focal person is being appointed by the state government. The reason of doing that is to carry the state government in the activity, So because the state government, the MSMEs are in the state, so there is need for you to carry the state government. And then the offices of the following agencies were used in the running of these activities. These offices are SMEDAN offices, BOI offices, ITF offices. These are the three agencies of the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. And these agencies have something to do with macro, small and medium businesses. So that is why we put things together, all of us, and we now sacrifices our state offices to ensure this program is a success.
So, what has been the level of response so far from these businesses? Have you started putting together numbers and the cooperation with, let's say, Abuja Enterprise Agency, for instance? What is the
I
situation?
think the level of responses was quite amazing, and because the first 3 days of the registration exercise, we have already reached more than a million mark. So I think the level of responses, and I want to assure you that most of the states have reached their bar, because these things, as I have said, the guaranteed take-up scheme, the survival payroll support, the artisans grant, and the MSME grant, and the formalization of the businesses are all shared equally to states of the federation, with the exception of all these three states. So the essence is any state that reaches that number, it means they have reached their bar. Will evaluate those applications. After evaluating those applications, those that are successful will get alert, and those that are not successful, they require to put in some other details. We ask those agents those businesses to put other documents into the business, and if still they could not meet, we will leave the door open for other interesting MSMEs in that state to fill in the gap that exists.
Oh, okay. So, how do you monitor progress made by MSMEs who benefit from the various clinics conducted by the government? How do you monitor if they
You know,
are
last
responding
week,
to
in fact, when the steering committee was set up, there were a lot of other subcommittees. Each subcommittee has a responsibility of doing one thing or the other. There is a monitor and evaluation committee. This monitor and evaluation committee is being chaired by the DG of ITF, and there are other members of the steering committee who are also members of that subcommittee, and they follow up with all the activities. And every week you used to have steering committee meeting, and at every steering committee meeting we provide up-to-date situation of the project. And I want to assure you that by next week Tuesday, the Honorable Minister will address the World Press Conference, so that she will give an up-to-date account of what successes have been recorded and what we need to do in the next step. And after the monitor and evaluation committee, we have the media and logistics subcommittee, which I chaired, and there is also a procurement and finance committee, which is chaired by Madam Ashoke, who is the vice chairman of the committee and also the chairman of First Bank of Nigeria. And there is a good governance group, which is being chaired by the director ITD in the ministry. So there are a lot of subcommittees to take care of all the nitty-gritty in the implementation of the program as it was rolled out.
So let's talk about some other challenges that small businesses tend to complain about. The issue of multiple taxation, for instance. How do you get to ensure that this business thrive, or such issues don't come to frustrate some of the small businesses from thriving?
You know, small and medium enterprises in Nigeria have a lot of challenges, and most of the challenges of MSME are sometimes global, or I can say in Africa they are almost similar. And most of the challenges, as you have rightly said, is the challenges of multiple taxations. You see a business being taxed by the local government, being taxed by the state government, being taxed by the federal government. And I think the financial bill that is in the process now, I think it will address certain issues that has to do with multiple taxation. And we as an agency which is saddled with responsibility of ensuring the development and progress of MSMEs in the country. We have been engaging various state governments, local governments, and the federal inland revenue to ensure that these people does not get multiple taxation. And you can remember that we have PEBEC, which is the Presidential Ease of Doing Business Committee. And this Ease of Doing Committee is one of the things that they are now facing to ensure that these businesses does not suffer. And the essence of having that Ease of Doing Business Council is to ensure that MSME does not suffer, major businesses in Nigeria does not suffer. So we are doing a lot of things, and even under the National MSME Council, which is being chaired by the Vice President, this kind of issues arise, and they are trying to address it because most of the people and ministry and agencies of government that are responsible for MSMEs in the country and the representative of the banking sector, that is the CBN, we all gather together every quarter to ensure that issues of this nature are addressed and policy statements are made to ensure that we reduce the burden on the MSMEs in the country.
Now, in the last few, let's say in the last few years, there's been a lot of funds generated by the ICT sector, as clearly stated by the National Information Technology Development Agency and even the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. That sector has really generated huge sums, and it's also a major means of providing employment and opportunities, startups, and so on for the teeming youth. Are you keen into that
Yes,
sector?
I think what really happened is, despite the technological aspect and information technological aspect of it, the COVID-19 has challenged us in the area of technology and information and technology, because we were able to come up with a lot of inventions to ensure that we continue doing our businesses and to ensure that we continue living. Because, in every situation there are challenges, and those challenges can be advantageous or it can be disadvantageous. But the essence here, MSME were quick to cash into the effect of the COVID-19 lockdown, and they were able to continue doing their businesses. These businesses sometimes run into online businesses. Instead of using the social medias to be disturbing your friends, to be wasting your data meaningless, it's better you utilize it to market your product in the Instagram, in the Twitter, in the Facebook. And you can see that our people now, even the people in the rural area, even people that did not go to the formal school, they can be able to use their phone and they can be able to use the social media. It's just like when ATM was introduced. We have the fear that maybe people who did not go to school may find it difficult to use the ATM machine. But now they can use ATM machine better than a degree holder. So I think it is better, it's a necessity that always forces us to do that. And SMEDAN, as an agency of government, what we did to help the MSMEs to achieve the information technology aspect, we launched recently some app. These apps that we launched last 2 weeks, we launched 3 apps. And these 3 apps that we launched are, one, we have the MSME Academy. This MSME Academy is meant to teach MSME to build their capacity using the internet. So you can be able to go into that app, choose the subject that you want to learn, take the lessons. After taking the lessons, you get your certificate at the end of the course. Okay. So that is Digital Academy. And we are launching the National Steering Committee, which will ensure that we are launching it next week, so that we are regulating the activities of the BDSPs in the country. We are trying to certify them to ensure that those people giving those kind of services are certified and they are genuine, and they will be issued certificate. And then the other portal that we have launched is the Technology and Machinery Portal. This one, we did it in collaboration with Gondun Business Association, African Business Association. The idea of that portal is for manufacturers of light equipments and machineries to put those things they have in the system, and then any SME that is interested will have a direct contact with the supplier. They can chat and they can agree on prices, and they can agree on the kind of machine they want, and they can buy directly without interference of anybody. And then lastly, we also open a portal which is a market hub. The idea of that app is to ensure that if you have some product, you can go into that app, put your product, and get prospective people who will buy those products from you or services, and then you interact, and then they decide on the business that you want to do, agree on the prices, and then you sell your product online using that market hub. So these are all applications we provided for Nigerian MSMEs so that we can ease their activities. They can be able to do all these things at the doors, in their rooms, in their bedrooms, in their offices, in their workspace, which makes it really very easy for them to. And they are very interesting. Nigerians are embracing this technology, and they are using it effectively. And I can see when I go into Instagram, I see the kind of ladies that are putting in so many kind of products, and people are buying online. Sometimes I see my wife usually buy things online. Sometimes because the younger you are, the better you are in the use of this kind of application. So I think it is a very good idea, and then I think this COVID-19 has really opened our eyes in that direction.
Yes, you mentioned an acronym earlier, VDSPs. What's that exactly? Just for the sake of
BDSPs are business service providers. These are people who usually help business owners to develop business plan, to teach them on other activities, marketing, whatever have you. So these are the people, and then they collect money from MSME to provide that kind of service. What we ensure is that you must have the knowledge, you must have what it takes for you to provide that services. What we have in Nigeria is you see them everywhere providing all kind of services, and they're collecting money from people without really knowing fully what they are supposed to have teach them. So what we are trying is to regulate them to ensure that if you are giving out anything, you have to give out a very important message, and you must have the knowledge to provide that. Training is being conducted, you will be examined, and then we certify you and ensure that yes, this person is really accredited, and then he's certified and he can go out to provide those kind of services instead of just collecting money from MSMEs without giving them quality product.
All right, that's good to know. Yes, if you're just joining us, the program is Have Your Say, coming to you live on the network service of Radio Nigeria. And today we have as our guest the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, Dr. Dikko Rada, speaking on efforts being made by the present administration to boost the economy of the nation using small and medium enterprises. At this time, we'll be going for a short break. When we come back, the phone lines will be open so that Nigerians can be part of the program. Don't forget the line to call 0807 622 6771. The line once again slowly, 0807 622 6771. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation.
It's the only radio network in Nigeria. The network that attracts over 40 million high net worth individuals. Unarguably, the only radio channel that draws key decision makers through incisive and up-to-date news, scintillating sportscasting, and exciting programming. Radio Nigeria Network Service, the haven for discerning investors who wish to reach their target audience at the lowest cost per thousand. Your brand and corporate image deserve nothing less than a sustained exposure on Radio Nigeria Network Service. Try us today.
Hear the call of change. Stand up, Nigeria. Change is here and it's going to stay. Change begins with you. Oh yeah, make we go. Go to social and change begin from within. Look at the eye, oh get roller. Change begins with you and me. Change begins with me. Change begins with me. Change begins with me.
This message was brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Let's have some peace. Nigerians are peace-loving and hard-working people.
And countries only develop and grow when there is peace and stability.
There are different kinds of problems in every society, and so in every country.
If there are problems here, Nigeria is not an exception.
There is no society, no country where violence and public disorder has solved that problem.
No matter the problem, no matter the issue.
Let us sit down like brothers and sisters. Use dialogue to resolve the problems.
Remember, you have to give account of every action you take, if not here on earth, then before your creator.
Please let us work together for a peaceful Nigeria. Let us work together. Nigeria will be great.
Radio Nigeria, uplifting the people and uniting the nation.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for staying with us. Like you heard, the program is Have Your Say, coming to you live on the network service of Radio Nigeria. In the first 30 minutes in the program, we were speaking with the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, Dr. Diko Rada, on efforts being made by the present administration to boost the economy of the nation using small and medium enterprises. Right now, in the meantime, we have some Nigerians across benefiting states who have continued to receive alerts from the federal government 30,000 naira one-off grant to 333,000 artisans. Now, the payment are being made to sets of verified beneficiaries of the Artisan Support Scheme, a track under the Medium, Small and Micro Enterprises Survival Fund. We'll be joined via telephone by the Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the President in the Office of the Vice President, Mr. Laulu Akande, to give update on the disbursement process. But before we speak with Mr. Laulu Akande, we will cross over to Akure, the Ondo State capital, to get reactions from some of the beneficiaries of the 30,000 naira one-time grant of the federal government. So we have them on the line. Hello. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. We can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
You can hear your voice. Can hear me.
Hello. Hello, if you can hear me, we'll need you to please turn down the volume of your radio set. It's too loud. Hello. Hello, are you there? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? We're on to the beneficiaries. Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, you can hear me a little bit.
Okay. Now, tell us your name first and where you are calling from, where you are.
Okay. I'm Mrs. Stella Stella. The Ondo State Cooperative for the Survival Fund Project.
Oh.
And the current chairman of Ondo State Cooperative Agency. And I have about 60 beneficiaries and listening to what you want to tell us.
Okay, now can you quickly just give us an overview of how the program has been there in Ondo State? Very quickly. You have 30 seconds to a minute.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear us? Hello? Hello? Mrs. Kolawole?
Hello, sir.
Aha, good. If you can hear me, just within 30 seconds. Hello, hello? 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 I'm afraid that they can't hear us too well.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, you can. Yeah, thank you.
Now, give us an overview of the program in Ondo State so far, just in a minute.
Overview of the program. Okay.
Being the focal person.
There are 5 components to the program.
Oh, good.
The survival from the framework support started on the 21st of September and ended on the 15th of October. In this case, a total of 828 companies were successful, with a little less than 6,000 beneficiary accounts being approved. We are still expecting to start receiving funds in the payroll support. For the artisan transport, there was 1,001 beneficiaries. For the leg for the artisan, started, and we have completed elimination. But in other states, we had a challenge due to the gubernatorial elections and lifestyle cases that led to suffering. So in other states, the major problem we have now is that not up to 25% of the citizens have received alerts. And this is moving to a lot of blackmail on the part of government. So I'm very happy with many more alerts. This is a lot of problem because the quantity of the progress.
All right, Mrs. Kola, do you have other beneficiaries
People are
there?
thinking that this another problem.
Hello, Mrs. Stella. Hello, Mrs. Stella, can you hear me? Hello, Mrs. Stella.
That all the songs made available for these artisans should be released for those that will be eliminated.
Hello, Mrs. Stella. Mrs. Stella, thank you. Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me, Mrs. Stella? Hello, Mrs. Kolaole?
Hello.
Okay. Now, do you have other beneficiaries where you are right now? We want to hear from them.
What is the
beneficiaries? Beneficiaries
yes,
of the grants. Yes.
I have about 60 of them.
60. 60 of them. Do you say you have 60 of them there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Give us one of them who can talk to us very quickly. One of the beneficiaries, please. We want to talk to a cross section of them. Give us one very quickly.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Your name, please.
Yes, sir.
Your name.
My name is Akaraki Thomas.
All right. So where did you receive your grant? Where do you operate?
I operate in Akure.
Akure. All right. So tell us, how has it been? Have you been able to utilize the funds you received? And when did you receive yours?
Yeah, we would like to thank the federal government first for the survivor fund.
Okay.
It's been helpful in helping the people to down the problem created by COVID-19.
All right, very quickly, what kind of business do you do?
And we want to thank the focal person. Okay, I am a Baba, sir.
Oh, Baba, good. Okay, so just very quickly, how has this fund helped your business? Just in 30 seconds.
Oh, thank you, sir. It has been so helpful.
All right.
Because during the COVID-19, for almost 3 months, we were not able to practice our trade. But this has been able to cushion the effect.
All right, thank you. All right,
we have been able to provide for our families through this fund.
All right, thank you.
And we appreciate the federal government for doing that for us.
All right, thank you very much. Please call the next person, another person there amongst you. Beneficiaries, please, very quickly.
Hello?
Hello, where are you? Hello, are you with us now?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name, please, very quickly. Snappy. Your name?
My name is Apollo Adekule.
What kind of business do you do?
I'm a furniture professional.
Furniture maker. So where do you operate? Are you in your Ondo State?
I'm based in Akure.
Okay.
Yeah, Ondo State in Akure.
So when did you receive this grant? When did you receive your alert?
I received the alert earlier, that's the ending of 29 October.
October, good. So how has it helped your business so far? Very quickly, just in less than a minute.
Well, it assist me a lot because I use the money to do one or two things so that to push my business.
All right, thank you. Let's talk to the next person. Give us one more person. I think that should be the last. Hello?
Okay.
A lady this time. A lady this time. A lady this time, if you can. If you please. A lady. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name, please. Very quickly, your name first.
If actually Adebisi.
Adebisi.
Yeah.
All right, what do you do?
I'm a photographer.
Photographer, okay. Now tell us, when did you get your alert?
I got the alert on 29.
All right. So how has it helped? How has it been?
September.
How have you utilized it so far?
Yeah, it's at the profile. I use it to. Yes, I use it to buy a new camera.
New cameras, okay. All right, that's good to hear. All right, thank you very much. Do we have any? Yes. Do we have any other person who wants to quickly say something before we go? One more person. Last person. Hello? Any more? One more person, very quickly. Probably
Hello,
very
good morning.
person this time. Yes, good morning. Very quickly, just tell us your name. Tell us the business you do and
Good
go
morning,
ahead.
sir.
Yes, good morning. Your name, the business you do and go ahead, please.
I'm a panelita.
Panel beta, okay. Yes. So when did you get your alert?
On the panelita.
Okay.
On 29 October.
29th of October. So how has, just give us a very quick brief, give us a brief. How has it helped you?
I thank God that I thank the federal government that I use the money to add to my business.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
So those are some beneficiaries of the federal government grant, the 30,000 naira one-time grant for artisans, 330 of them. Those ones are the ones in Ondo, Akure, the state capital, to be exact. We also will be speaking now with the Mr. Laulu Akade, who is the Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the President in the Office of the Vice President. Mr. Laulu Akade, are you there? Okay, we're yet to hear from him. So let's come back to our guest. Like we said earlier, we have live in the studio the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, SMEDAN, Dr. Eko Rada, who has been speaking on efforts of the government to revive or to reposition the economy further using small and medium businesses. So, to you now, Mr. Rada, there are so many businessmen who have excelled in Nigeria. There are big names out there who are making Nigeria proud throughout the world. Now, do you, in some cases, use them as mentors for the small, medium enterprises executives to see how they can learn from the masters of the game?
Thank you very much. And I think this is a very important thing. And Nigerians, as you are all aware, they are very creative human beings. They are people who excel in almost everything you put them in. And what we are seeing in the business space today, it's really amazing. So if you look at the last visit of the president of the Facebook, he has been in Lagos and he has seen so many amazing people who have done so well in the area of information technology in that aspect. And those people have been mentoring, and those people have been helping. And we have created something in our agency that we call a talent hunt. It's a program that we do every year. The essence of the talent hunt is to look at those people who have idea, who are brilliantly well in those ideas, and then we build those ideas and then try to help them to build those ideas into a full-blown business. And if you build it into a full-blown business, it will create more employment for people, and it will help in helping the economy to grow. And that we have been doing every year. And also we have introduced another program, which is also in the area of trying to harness the talent of our young generations. We came up with a program that we call National School Entrepreneurship Program. The essence of the program is to tailor the minds of young people in primary and secondary school into having entrepreneurship spirit, building their skills, building their ideas, so that at the time they finish their schools, they will not be looking for white-collar job. They will be coming out with a very good business plan instead of them bringing out brilliant CV and working from one ministry to another looking for a job. So this is the area in which we want to move the economy of this country in that direction. And you know, in every economy all over the world, private sector is the driver of the economy. It's not the government that is employer of labor. It's the private sector that employs majority of the labor in any country. But in Nigeria, the reverse is the case, and we are trying to change that idea. We want to change that into creating the mindset program, into also trying to hunt the talent of these people so that we can utilize their talent and make sure that they utilize their talent effectively and to the benefit of other Nigerians.
Okay. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic came with a lot of changes in the way we do things. So many things have gone online, like you were even talking about earlier. Now, besides the effect it has, which has shifted so many things to be ICT-based and so on, what other area? How is SMEDAN now looking at the opportunities and possibilities that have come from the pandemic to further help these MSMEs to thrive, to flourish?
You know, as I have said earlier, you know, whenever there are challenges, there are always also opportunities that exist in those challenges. So there are a lot of people who are able to create a lot of businesses as a result of the COVID-19. Some people were doing face mask. Before the COVID-19, there was nobody that is into the production of face mask. Then we also have people who are doing hand sanitizers now. Before the COVID-19, people were not into that. Nobody cares about that.
So these are businesses that have started to thrive.
Yes.
All right.
So
Hold your thoughts there. We'll still come back to this topic. But we now have Mr. Laulu on the line. Like we said, we're expecting him to join us. That is the Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to the President in the Office of the Vice President, who is on the line. Mr. Laulu. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, we just spoke with a number of beneficiaries for the 30,000 Naira grant from the federal government. Can you just give us an assessment so far? How has it been? What has been the response?
Thank you very much. There's tremendous progress on the implementation of the Survivor Fund. More and more artisans are receiving their one-time grant of 30,000. I'm sure that some of your guests, the beneficiaries, right there in the studio, they have testified. Now, what also happened is that the payroll support, which is another track in the Survivor Fund, has also resumed. Now, we're going to pay the salaries for 3 months of about 500,000 people that work in private businesses, including private schools. As at yesterday, 100,000, actually more than 100,000 of such people have been paid for the month of October. And over 16,000 businesses have been supported. So the important thing that I'd like to say to Nigerians is that the President and the Vice President are working diligently to ensure that the average Nigerian is supported, that they have sufficient help from the government for their small businesses And even for people that are in jobs where they have suffered losses of salary because of COVID-19 pandemic. And we will continue to do everything that is within our power to support every category of Nigerians that do need the support. So we continuously ask for patience. The president has a lot, and working with the vice president, they will deliver on every promise.
Now, on the payroll support, we'd like to know that what is the prerequisite for a business to benefit, for any business to be part of this 500,000 private businesses?
So it's going to be 500,000 individuals, So a business can have a number of beneficiaries. So what it takes is essentially the business has to be registered, owned by a Nigerian, and have a minimum, I believe, maybe about 3 staff, maximum of 10. Yeah. Okay.
So as for the MSME clinic operated from the office of the Vice President, with the COVID-19 pandemic, has it now changed the content of what these business executives come to learn or understand in running their businesses?
Can you say that again?
Now, the COVID-19 pandemic came with a lot of challenges for small businesses, like we've said.
Yes.
Now, has it changed the content of the clinics you usually organize from the Office of the Vice President for these business executives?
So the economic sustainability plan what designed some of these interventions that we are discussing currently. And of course, it is that was
Hello? Hello,
everything was.
Hello? Your line seemed to be breaking there, Mr. Laulu.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, so I said both the MSME and the other front, it's in spirit. So it's not different from the other. It's the same spirit, it's the same philosophy, it's the same idea to support MSMEs, whether by organizing the clinics, which we continue, or by designing some of these measures support them at a time when COVID-19 pandemic has affected their businesses.
Okay, so just a message to Nigerians as you round off. Meanwhile, the D.G SMEDAN is here. I'm sure he wants to say hello to you.
Yeah, well, we have to commend the D.G SMEDAN for doing an excellent job in propagating the Survivor Fund and the entire ESP program, and to also to very patient that there is more that this administration will deliver for the Nigerian people.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Laulu Akande.
Thank you.
I wish to apologize for the quality of the phone lines earlier with the callers from, or the beneficiaries from Akure, and also with Mr. Laulu Akande. We just continue to do our best to serve you better. Now, back to you, Dr. Rather. Okay, yes, we have Nigerians. Before that, we have Nigerians who are trying to reach us on the line to be part of the conversation. Hello?
Good morning. I am Henry Odumaki from Ondo State.
Henry Odumaki from Ondo State.
Yes, from Ondo State.
Okay.
I want to appreciate our guests here. And also, I want to thank the presidency of the country and the vice that I do. But I want to ask a particular question.
Okay.
We want to empower Nigerians so that Nigerians can be proud of themselves, or if you are not having anything to do, so that you not become one thing. If you can sell your paid packaged foods, the criteria I don't know. Because people that employ them are paying them. The number two, as things are now in Nigeria, we retire, we are dying. No gratuity to us. Some take almost 30 months, stuff like that. What are you doing? So that all of us are being the same line. Or all of us all go and be teaching in classes so that you give us money. Thank you very much. This is my question.
Hello, Henry. Hello, Henry.
I'm still with you.
Okay, please, very quickly. The first question wasn't clear. Can you just quickly repeat it? Very quickly, the first question. All right, we lost Henry there, but I know he was. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
It's Adauna calling from Jos.
Yes, please go ahead.
The survival funding, I mean, is a laudable initiative. But the greatest challenge the MSM is will be faced with is electric power supply. And the increase in the pump price of fuel has even made matters worse. Then another thing, you see why we're having problems in Nigeria is that the way we're going about these programs. For instance, the MPAL come across so many people who were discharged. That's those that did 2 years. They are now thrown into the job market again. Why can't we try and accommodate some of them, and resolve this issue? And that's the problem. Look, let me tell you, once power is fixed in this country, Nigerians are very resilient people. They will make a way where there's no way. The problem is we don't have the enabling environment. That's why all these interventions are not. They are not sustainable. Right, it's not making the impact we desire.
All right, thank you. I don't know. Thank you. Okay. Yes, let's take one more call before we run out of time. Hello. I think we have time for one or two more. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Your name and your location, and go ahead, please.
My name is Chief Fidel Oweneke, and I'm calling from Owerri.
Yes, good morning, Chief. Go ahead.
Thank you. There is need for us to identify genuine young investors and people who are also aspiring to open businesses. We find the machinery using appropriate banks and other agencies to sponsor them, give them money to grant them soft loans to establish small-scale industries. And whatever loan we are giving, we make sure it is effectively monitored so that they will pay back in order to hand over to more investors. Above all, we must make sure that their duties are effectively monitored so that nobody will embezzle funds made for the establishment of small-scale industries. Thank you and God bless you. I'm Fidel Onyeneke.
All right. Thank you, Fidel. Now let's come to our guest. Yes, I would like you to just respond to some of the issues raised. Oh, we still have a call? Well, okay, we have callers still on the line very quickly.
Yeah, it's carrying that cover.
All right, Henry.
Hello?
All right, Henry, yes. We just needed your first question. It wasn't too clear.
Yeah,
very quickly.
My first question is that you were saying some teachers that are working in private schools. I thought what criteria you use? There are some people that have nothing to do. And like that, I see the petroleum and that they are saying, we are dying away. Nobody's paying us our money.
Criteria for beneficiaries. Okay. Thank you, Henry. All right. Thank you, Henry. Thank you. So, yes. We have one more call on the line. Hello? Hello, are you there?
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Daniel.
Yes, good morning. It's Daniel, actually. Go ahead, please.
Yes, you are speaking with Naturu Senator from Zamfara.
Zamfara, okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mr. Daniel, I want to come for our guest today. That's Mr. Rada. Mr. Rada, please, thank you very much that I bring this program in this so that no people know that. Please, we don't know even that. Some people are filling this system, they don't even get it up to now. Do you have a 65 age that is supposed to be filled this program so that people can get it? Oh, because people are getting and some people are not getting. Even me though, I think this is more than 1 month ago. I do not see anything on that place. How will I know that? I want to get it. I want to hear from you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Your name very quickly. Your name very quickly before you go. Your name. Okay, all right. Thank you. Nasiru Bonjo, I think if I had it quite correctly. Yes, over to you now.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I will start with the first question that is from Mr. Harry, in which he was asking of the criteria in which the beneficiaries are. I think we don't have any age class. We don't have any category. Every Nigerian who is doing a business in Nigeria is eligible to seek for the loan and is eligible to fill the form, is eligible to apply. And that is one. And we are quite aware of the challenges of infrastructure that is militating against small businesses in the country, in the area of power supply, in the area of roads, in the area of other infrastructure. But I think the administration now is doing everything possible to address the issue of power supply. I think this is the first time we have ever got the kind of the kind of supply we are having today, and no Nigerian will say that the power has not improved in Nigeria. And I think the government is doing much, and the infrastructure the government is building us at now, it shows that we have never had this kind of thing since the military regime in this country. And then for the loan disbursement for businesses, we are quite aware that MSMEs faces a lot of challenges in accessing loans from commercial banks or even from the development banks of Nigeria. This is as a result of the stringent measures put in place and procedures for them to reach into that. And I think SMEDAN as an agency, we have been working seriously to ensure that we get the buy-in of the government to ensure that these issues of the procedures are reduced for micro small businesses. We were even advocating for the establishment of MSME Bank. This MSME Bank will be catered with the responsibility of providing loans, and the procedures and requirement will be specific for only MSMEs, so that Nigerian MSMEs can be able to meet all those requirements and be able to access the funding.
All right, if you can round up now, just a final message.
What I will just say is that we are happy Nigerians have started receiving alert on the payroll scheme and the artisans and transport workers scheme. And I want to assure Nigerians that we are doing this stages by stages, and I want to assure people that anybody who has qualified under this program will get his money. The payment is being done in stages, and people should be rest assured that they will have their money as long as they are evaluated and they are found worthy of this opportunity.
All right, we wish to thank especially the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, Dr. Diko Rada, for coming to join us on the program.
Thank you, and God bless.
We appreciate you so much. Yes, at this time we wish to appreciate callers on the program, and indeed Mr. Laulu Akade for contributing. Not to forget the production crew, our news producers, Conrad Labe and Hassan Hussein, online editors Timothy Bamidele, ICT, Israel Tio Kaha, studio manager Prince Afonia Ugweze, our engineer was Hassan Usman, our photographer was Sadiq Sarami, camera was Fuluwa Oloyede and Chinedu Megwa. Our facilitator, Oluwa Damilola Oni. Our producer was Oledo Mbewe. Executive producer, Sani Suleiman. Special appreciation to the Director General of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, Dr. Mansour Liman. And also on ground, we have Olufemi Fulani, who is also serving as associate producer. Don't forget to join us next week on another edition of Have Your Say. My name is Olayemi Daniel Stain. Stay safe. Be a thinker to be part of the building story of Nigeria.